Good evening. This is CTV News for Wednesday, August 2nd. I'm Patricia Vallone.
And I'm Denise Douglas. Glad you could be with us this evening. A Greenbelt father pleads guilty in the death of his infant son. Antoine Petty appeared in court today and entered the plea. He abused his 2-month-old baby, which resulted in the child's death last September. His wife, Janice, has been indicted for involuntary manslaughter and accessory after the fact for helping to cover up the crime. Prosecutors say the couple buried the child in a shallow grave behind Parkdale High School. Family members filed a missing persons report a short time later, and Prince George's police found the baby in mid-October.
We're certainly happy that he's decided to take responsibility for his actions by taking a guilty plea. It's inexcusable, his actions, and it's unfathomable how a parent would have the opportunity or the ability to take their child's life. I mean, this is a defenseless 2-month-old baby who was just crying like babies do, and rather than console his child, he beat the child to death.
Petty will be sentenced on October 19th. He faces a maximum of 40 years in prison. Governor Larry Hogan is being sued. He and his staff are being accused of censoring constituents. The ACLU is representing several Marylanders in the lawsuit who say they were blocked from posting on the Republican governor's Facebook page. The organization says its clients also had their comments deleted after requesting that Hogan condemn President Trump's travel ban. Here's reaction from Senate President, Democrat Mike Miller.
I mean, four people get blocked. I mean, you know, I know they felt strong. They wanted to go to court. They should settle the case. You know, people should need to avoid litigation wherever possible. And it should be just an announcement by the governor's staff that all are welcome. All are welcome at the table.
Hogan's office has said the deletions were justified and that it was a very clear social media policy on removing any hateful and violent content. The ACLU suit seeks to permanently have an injunction against that policy.
Well, what happened and what's next? That's what a Senate committee wants to know about the scrap plans to build the new FBI headquarters. Senator Ben Cardin was among those grilling the GSA over its decision last month. 2 sites in Prince George's and 1 in Virginia were vying for the new project. The GSA says that it killed the project because it lacked funding. County Executive Ashearn Baker has long pushed to bring the federal building here.
So there's really no reason, after all the money that's been spent by the federal government, spent by local government, you know, ourselves and the state, Virginia, there's no reason for them to open the process back up. And that's what we want to push on. I want, you know, the Congress to push back on GSA because they made this decision arbitrarily. There was no reason. We've been through delays before. They could have delayed the process to see what Congress is going to do. Congress has repeatedly assured them that they want to do the FBI.
Representatives from the GSA and FBI told the committee that they'll announce a new plan in 120 days. Well, a power outage caused some major problems today throughout Prince George's. Several traffic lights were out at the intersection of Largo Road and Technology Way, causing a bit of traffic chaos. There was also an accident involving 2 vehicles there. According to Pepco, a tree elsewhere fell this morning on a power line, which also knocked out some traffic lights. Crews were busy fixing that job as well as others. For the most part, power has been restored to the affected areas.
Which is a good thing. We felt that with some of our computers out. Well, police are investigating a fatal crash involving a motorcyclist early this morning in Fort Washington. The victim is 38-year-old Russell Lee of Montgomery Village. The incident happened near Indian Head Highway and Palmer Road around 12:30 a.m. Lee was heading northbound on the highway when he hit the rear of a car. He died on the scene and the driver sustained non-life-threatening injuries. The crash is still being investigated.
8 years after immigrating to the U.S. illegally, 2 brothers from Montgomery County have been deported back to El Salvador. 19-year-old Lisandro Claro Saravia had a scholarship to attend college, and his older brother Diego was working at a car repair shop. They had the support of Senator Chris Van Hollen and members of the Bethesda community to no avail. The Saravia family was in Hyattsville this afternoon to speak out against the deportation.
I know this country is about rules, but In my opinion, some of them are unfair for people like my brothers. They're not criminals. They're really honest people, children, that they were trying to get a future of dreams that they had in mind, a future that could help my parents to live a better life.
With my husband and my kids, I'm going to keep fighting.
Que me separaron mi familia, estábamos todos juntos muy felices.
They separate my family. We were together, we were very happy, and they separate my family.
Senator Van Hollen says the brothers were exemplary residents of Montgomery County. He says authorities should target MS-13 members and not immigrants like the Claros Saravias, who were outstanding members of their community.